Sorry.
All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. All right. Everybody get to shake up. We got to get this thing going this morning. We got to get fired up for this Thursday. Okay. All right. So if you're not already excited, get excited after this call. And Denise, I see you. Happy Thursday. And if you're brand new to the call and you're like, man, these people are weird, we are weird. Okay. Anybody that gets on a call early in the morning to kick their day off, they got maybe a couple of little screws loose, but it's okay. I like being different. I like being a little outside the box. So the word for today is respect. Respect. And Mr. Francis, thank you so much for the word. He is on here every single day and has been for years now on the Coach's Corner. And so I want to go right into what I was thinking about respect this morning, okay? So, and we don't see any birthdays today. So if today is your birthday, please let us know in the chats. Like, don't be scared to share, because we want to sing to you. We've got such beautiful voices. At least that's what I tell myself in the shower. I'm like, man, Brent, you really sing well. I'm not so sure anybody else thinks that, but you know what? It's okay to tell yourself what you think. So, respect, a feeling of admiring someone or something that is good, valuable, or important. A feeling of understanding that someone or something is important, serious, and should be appropriate, should be treated in an appropriate way. Respect. I went to this. High or special regard for someone. And this morning, when I looked at the definition, and I challenge you all to do this, like, every single one of us on here have respect for someone, okay? And this morning, as I was preparing for this word, I went and I created an audio and I sent it out to someone that has meant something in my life, that has been there for me, that has taught me things. And I just sent an audio of appreciation and said, I just want to let you know, I highly respect you, and I really am grateful for what you've done for me in my life. And I challenge each and every one of us today on the respect category. Who's that person for you? And maybe take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and do an audio and just shoot it over to them. And maybe even an audio they can save, right? So you might have to go to your iPhone, the audio, and actually do it. So that, I want to tell you this, there's no better feeling than knowing that you've made an impact in somebody's life. Would you agree with that? And I think all of us, I think God made us as humans to want to be impactful, to want to be a person that's making a difference in another human's life. I think that's the biggest form of pay. I don't think money can give you that. I don't think fame can. It's like, it's just knowing that you're making a difference in someone else's life and they acknowledge it makes a person's day. Andrea just shared with me this morning. She called and she said a gentleman had reached out and said, thank you guys for putting on the Coach's Corner. And he left a message for her, and it made her day. It absolutely made her day. And so we could make a whole bunch of people's day today if we just reached out to them with a quick audio and shared what they mean to us. So I went across two quotes. Richard Branson said, respect is how to treat everyone, not just those that you want to impress. To me, respect is like, it's opening the door for somebody. For me, respect, as I grew up, and I'm 48 years old, I go, respect is yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. No matter if they're 3 years older than me, it's just a sense of respect. Respect is looking for the opportunities to maybe pay it forward a cup of coffee to the person behind you. It's just showing that other person that, hey, just because you've come in contact, I have a respect for you. I just think we can't respect people enough in this world. And maybe that's what this world is missing currently, that we can make a difference in. But also not only respecting others, but respecting ourselves. I believe self-respect is needed as well. And man, do we beat ourselves up. I know I do. I mess up every day. I screw up every day. And I beat myself up like, why did you do that? Well, you know what? Because you're not perfect. Because I'm flawed, and I just have to get over it and realize that you know what? I'm learning every day how to maneuver through this world. So I'm going to leave you with this really quick. Turn it to Andrea. How can we all earn respect? How could we all get those messages down the road that it's like somebody's like, you made a difference in my life. I respect you. Thank you. First of all, number one, give respect to other people. Just be kind. Lead with love. Take care of people. Number two, consistently keep your promises. And man, when I read this, sometimes we get so busy. I just think about the missed calls and the missed text. And, it's like none of us want to break promises, but people will respect us more if we keep our promises. Let your actions speak louder than your words. If people are watching your feet right now, would they say, man, they're doing what they want others to do? Number four, help others when they need it. This whole world needs us. It could be in the grocery line today. It could be just somebody needing a smile, somebody needing to be spoke to. Help others when they need it. Ask for help when you need it. We can't do this alone. You got to ask for help. I've got to ask for help. And people will respect that. Always strive to do better. I think people respect the fact that we're out of our comfort zone, striving, trying to thrive in this life, not just survive. And then last, if we screw up, admit it. Sometimes just, I'm sorry. I don't really have a defense other than I messed up and I acknowledge it. So that seemed a little doom and gloom. I'm sorry. I meant for that to be good, right? Okay. I respect all you humans. I respect all you humans for getting up in the morning and being on here with me and Andrea. So, Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, thank you. So the quote that I found was, teach others how to treat you by first treating yourself with respect. If you do not respect yourself, it'll be hard to demand that others treat you with respect. And I was thinking about that, just kind of listening to the message today and when I was looking into it. And it's like kind of the first person that we have to respect is the one we live with, right? Right here in this little body, right? We have to treat ourselves with respect. So how do we do that so that we can turn around and then ask others to treat us with respect as well? So first of all, we got to set boundaries. And some of us are a little rigid, so maybe our boundaries are way out here, but sometimes we're people pleasers and we we erase those boundaries or we let them get steamrolled. And so if we truly want to be respected and we want to treat ourselves with respect, we've got to set those boundaries and we've got to hold the line. So it doesn't mean we have to be super rigid, but we do want to make sure that we are having those boundaries. And when we do have one, that it's a hard stop for us, that we actually enforce it. Next is to be nice to you and avoid putting yourself down. So shush down that inner critic. And we talk about this all the time, that sometimes that we're surrounded by amazing people that lift us up and lift us up and lift us up. And we're just so grateful. But then when we go home or when we're quiet and we're listening to that voice in our head, we are so mean. right? Something happens, we make a mistake, whatever, and we beat ourselves up, we beat ourselves up, and we beat ourselves up. And if we truly want to treat ourselves with respect, we've got to shut down that inner critic and say, well, you know what? I screwed up. I'm going to make amends, and then I'm going to move forward and let that go. Next, we've got to say no. And anybody else out there, like, I know, coach, you can raise your hand, but struggle with no, right? We want to say yes because we want to be nice. Like, we don't ever want to, if John calls me and says, hey, can you help me mow my lawn? Did you see my picture with a tractor yesterday, John? I thought of you. But if he calls me with that, I'm going to have to say no because I can't, I've never done it. But I sure want to say yes. We want to say yes. We want to make people happy. We want to please the people around us. But one of the ways that we can respect ourselves is to say no when we need to. If I can't help you, if you put me on that tractor, I'm going to probably run over something that you don't want me to run over or run into something. So the best answer for both of us is for me to say no. Next, I've got to manage my emotions. So if we react to every single emotion that we feel, we're going to overwhelm ourselves, and we're not going to be respecting ourselves, and we're going to put ourselves perhaps in some bad situations. So we've got to learn to control our emotions. And that doesn't mean we ignore them. It doesn't mean we stuff them. It means that we see it, we acknowledge it, we get to the bottom of it, and then we either let go or address what needs to get addressed. And that's all about taking care of ourselves in those moments. With that, we got to learn to stand up for ourselves. So sometimes that can be really hard for us to raise our hand and say, you know what? I need this, or I think this is wrong, or I whatever. That can be difficult. But if we want to truly be treated with respect, we got to stand up. Next, we got to do the right thing. When we have self-respect, we try to do the right thing. And that doesn't mean that we're perfect or even a perfectionist. It means that we aim to have good habits, that we aim to have good values, that we aim to be trustworthy. And when we do all of that, it's real easy to respect ourselves because we know that we're doing the right thing. Hold on. My laptop was dying. I didn't know it was unplugged. Next is to find a mentor. So we're surrounded by people that truly walk through a room and you can see that they treat themselves with respect, right? Like, we all know those people that were like, dang, they're so good at their boundaries, and dang, they're so good at, filling up space and all of that. So go follow their lead. Go find somebody like that and walk behind them and see what we can learn from them. And then lastly, be authentically you. If we truly want to be treated with respect, and if we truly want to respect ourselves, we can't put on that mask all the time. Every once in a while, we might have to walk around with it, but we got to take that off and go be ourselves and march to the beat of our own drum.
Hey, great lesson. That was awesome. All right, guys. Go find somebody today, whoever that person is in your life, drop them an audio, make their day. Okay. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Happy Thursday to you. We'll see you back tomorrow. And if you're in our company Saturday, be on that call. You see the flyers going everywhere. Help us get the word out. Okay. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.